Take it easy here. I'm sure you know. Yeah, be careful. Alright, well, it's good to see you. I'm sorry. Now it makes sense. Okay. I'm not going to expect you to do Good. Oh, no.
Jack, say it off. You could lead the Pledge of Allegiance.
Start it. You got the mic.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice.
And real quick before the firefighters and paramedics leave, if we can give them a big round of applause.
Military. The closest thing I came to was serving as a police officer, and we really can't put the sacrifices that these men and women make, and I really just want to take a moment today to just reflect on that, maybe take a moment of silence, and after that we'll hear from Senator Abruzzo, who did serve his country in the Coast Guard, and maybe we'll give him a round of applause. So with that said, let's take a moment to reflect, and thank you for being here today.
Great. Thank you, Representative Kerner. You know, to us, I know everybody here, every day is Veterans Day, because to thank veterans just one day a year is not nearly enough. And I really have to commend Representative, our leader, our Democratic leader, Mark Pafford, in the House. Because one of the things that he strived from the day we got elected was helping the homeless throughout Palm Beach County. And veterans have one of the highest rates of homelessness in the nation. Almost 1/3 of homeless are veterans. And for a veteran not to have a home, that's unacceptable. Now, we've done a lot of great work. We've helped out in education, we've helped out with post-traumatic stress injuries, TBI, many different issues when it comes to veterans. But the war that is not over is helping the veterans who do not have a home here in the country that they helped form. So with your help, we'll continue to always work for veterans. Happy Veterans Day, and it's a pleasure to serve all of you.
Palm Beach County Commissioner Shelly Vana. Everybody give Shelly a hand.
Thank you, Rep. Pafford. And Leader Pafford. That's so awesome that we have the Democratic leader here. You know, my daughter and son-in-law and granddaughter are in Washington, D.C. because my son-in-law is in the Navy. And I am very cognizant of the fact that there are people in the military who qualify for food stamps. And on my Facebook page, it's a personal Facebook page because I can't do any county business because of the Sunshine Law. But on my personal Facebook page, I have a picture saying we support our troops. So when the Republicans said that people who are on food stamps are those people who are victims and people who are parasites, some of our military enlisted men and women qualify for food stamps. So shame on those people who look at people who are on food stamps in a bad way. We all came to this country, or we're fortunate enough to be born here. And our ethic is, yes, we all work, but we also help each other when we need help. And so I'm proud to be a Democrat, I'm proud to be a Palm Beach County citizen, and I'm proud to be one of you. Because what we stand for is good and helping each other. And when I look at you, I see that and I feel enriched. So thank you for what you do, and thank you for being here today.
Commissioner Paulette Burdick.
Good afternoon, Democrats. Thank you all for coming out today and supporting our veterans. I've got to tell you of a great thing that the county is doing. On Friday night, I was attending the graduation ceremony of the newest firefighters in Palm Beach County. And there were 1,200 people that applied for the program, but in the selection committee, all 34 were returning veterans. So we and the firefighters of Palm Beach County are determined and dedicated to making sure that we provide jobs for our returning veterans who have fought so hard for the freedoms. Thank you all for being here today. Thank you, Representative Pafford. And doesn't he look great? He is our model for wellness and staying healthy.
This is my friend and my mentor, Susan Bucher.
Good afternoon, Democrats, and happy Veterans Day. You know, it's always nice to come and to sit down and to just have some discussions today about all of the sacrifices for our men and women who protect us and continue to do a great job, and to honor those people who served us in the past. And that's usually what this crowd is. And you know, I want to tell you that Sam pulled out his veterans card. And what did you say, Carlton? It was from a few generations ago. But I will tell you that you have stood as the backbone of our community, and we all are proud to serve you as your public servants. And you know, we have had a couple of rough patches. The governor right now is talking about a new voter purge, and we're asking a lot of questions. And I want to thank Mark and his crew in the House because they asked some excellent questions to the Secretary of State last week about this voter purge that we know is targeted to the governor's race next year. The other thing that's going on in Tallahassee is that they're not keeping a very good voter roll. I'm doing an investigation about the federal money that they're spending on the voter roll so that we can have more accurate voter rolls. But today is about honor. It's about service, and it's about everybody who comes here every year. I want to personally thank my friend Estelle. I know she works very hard on this event. Now, I want to tell you really quickly about some important changes in voter laws. If you vote by absentee ballot and you want your ballot to be mailed to an address other than your voter registration address, you need to re-sign up for an absentee ballot with an original signature. That was probably targeted at our students and our snowbirds, so that you would be expecting a ballot and not receive it in the mail. So we're going to be notifying those voters who got absentees last year away from their home here and let them know that they need to re-sign up. Another good thing that happened during the legislative session 13 is that we've expanded early voting sites. We have secured the convention center, the fairground, South County Community Center. We're in the process of securing something in Jupiter. We will have 14 early voting sites during the general election. You know, we're working on mini iPads to sign the voters in. It's just like signing a credit card, but it will be much more efficient. What we're trying to do is totally eliminate the lines. Early voting is now 14 days, including the final Sunday, sold to the polls at the discretion of the supervisor, and you better believe we're going to have that day. So we will have more hours in the general election during 2014 than we ever have before. But here's the dilemma. In 2010, Palm Beach County had one of the lowest voter turnouts in history. And I think you know what the result was and who's serving in the governor's mansion. The primary election was 22% turnout, and the general election was 43%. I know we can do better. I know we want to do better, and I know that we will work as hard as we can to make sure that Palm Beach County shines like we should. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful day.
Next speaker, you probably know of the place that he works. They have something to do with fire and paramedics. Everybody familiar with those people? And they do a great opening presentation for ceremonies and Pledge of Allegiances. Drew Reyburn.
Good afternoon. I'll stand up. Can y'all see me? Yeah, they're like, no. To the veterans in the crowd, thank you very much. As Representative Kerner stated, he didn't serve. I did not serve as well. My father did. My grandfather was in the Korean War. So anyone who's been part of the military, active or non-active, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed the pipes and drums opening ceremony. You know, every time I hear that, what hair's left on my arm stands up, the hair on my back. Not maybe a little too much information. Anyways, have a great afternoon. Thank you very much.
And Drew really understated his role. Drew represents an incredible group of men and women who literally put their lives on the line every day they wake up. I've benefited in Boynton Beach a couple years ago when I was in a head-on with my kids. In fact, they went so far as to take some musical equipment that my son had in the car that was destroyed and hold it. And not only did they get my son to the hospital and everything turned out well, but you know, the little things. And I can't tell you how grateful we were at that time, and of course every time I've seen an accident or you respond to a home in my neighborhood or elsewhere. Thank you very much for everything you do.
Senator. Well, the first thing is thank you for your service. You know, certainly the veterans have helped make this country what it is, and we all thank them. It doesn't matter what our political party is. But as it relates to what the Democrats are doing in the state of Florida, we're fighting for tax breaks and fighting for the middle class and fighting for good health care for veterans. And you know, unfortunately, the other party has spent a lot of time fighting for corporate interests and not for the interests of the people that go to work every day and fight for us and fight for our country. So I would just let the veterans out there know that Democrats continue to fight for them. We believe in the same things that you do, freedom, equality, and all those things that you fought for. And we're going to continue.